Hi everyone, so I'm sorry that the video is a little bit late. I've been really busy with it being our first week back, so I said I was just going to do a quick little video on toilet training. Now, for some dogs, toilet training is something that they pick up really quickly, and the owners have a brilliant time. They literally have to show them where to go about 2 or 3 times, and then they just get it. But for a lot of dogs, it's not that simple, and they don't grasp it as quickly, and things might happen such as moving house, and then they get confused of where to go, or maybe a baby coming along and then they want the attention, so they start to foul and urinate in the house. So we're just going to do a quick run through on things that may help. So first of all, as soon as you get your puppy, you should be showing them where you want to go. So it's a little bit more difficult if you live in a flat, or if you live kind of in an apartment, or anything which isn't ground floor, because you haven't just got the struggle of showing them where the door is, you've then got the struggle of making sure they can hold it until they get to the communal grounds where they can then do the business. So the best thing to do is puppy mats. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, but then won't you just wee on the mats all the time? They won't, because what you do is you can start, when you get your puppy, with popping a puppy mat in the crate with them overnight when they're asleep, and then by the door, so that they learn to go on the puppy mat. And then once you take the mat out of the crate and just use the one by the door, then you can move it slowly and slowly out and out of the door and to the place where you want them to actually do the business. So this is something that's really useful, is actually finding a spot where they can do the business. So instead of just opening the back door and kind of giving them the run of the yard or the garden or the communal area, what you should do is you should be picking out a spot within that area, and that's where they know to go to the toilet. So then what we're basically doing is we're going from the mat to their spot, and that can really help them as well with kind of going in the morning and going in the evening, because that is when most people do get the problems, is that they're going overnight when they're asleep and there's nothing that we can do about it. Also, when you are letting them out, it's good to let them out for about 10 to 15 minutes. So don't just let them out and then call them straight back in, because they might not be finished. Dogs aren't like us. Sometimes they just spray. They don't actually do a full wee, or they might be holding in the poop, so they don't finish the business because they're rushing to get in for us. So giving them that 10 to 15 minutes actually gives them the space. It's like us when we go, they need the time to go and relax and to do the business, and then they're done, and then to come back in. So the other thing, if they are going into the house, is making sure that you've got the right products to clean the house with, because you might be cleaning them as soon as they've gone, but it might not kind of have the deodorizing pet aspect of the cleaner. So these are two really good ones that I actually use in the shop. So this is a Fabulosa. It's literally £1.79 from Home and Bargain, and you know which one's the best one to get because it actually does have the pet symbol in it, so you know that this is safe. They do this in a few different variations as well. This is probably my favourite because it does smell really strongly, so it'll help with that kind of issue. And then another one, which if you just need to spray it, is the Flora one. So again, making sure that we've got that pet trademark. This is the Mountain Air, and this is brilliant. We also use this in the shop as well. Also, I get a lot of people saying that the issues only started once a dog got spayed or they got neutered. Now, it's really important to make sure that they haven't actually got any urinary tract infections or any other problems that might be making them need the toilet more. So if they are going all the time, then in the house, then sometimes it's not really right to be disciplining them. If it's becoming a problem, which has been going on for a few weeks now, it may be likely that you need a visit to the vet to make sure that everything's okay and there's no kind of kidney infections or anything like that, which is making them need to go to the toilet more than what they initially were. So the other thing is making sure with our reinforcements that we're doing them correctly. So if you're taking your dog outside and have to go into the toilet, then making sure that there's loads of praise, giving them a treat, making sure that they know that they've done something right. And then if they're going in the house, the worst thing that you can do is actually rub the nose in it, because what your dog will think is that you don't want them to go in front of you, not that you don't want them to go in the house. So what you need to do is you need to get your dog, you need to take them to the place where you want them to go, and then when they go, you need to reward them there. If you want to say no when they've got an house and things like that, that's absolutely fine. But the worst thing is to stick the noses in it, because they won't understand that it's because they've done it inside. I hope that this was really, really useful to anybody who is kind of struggling with this at the moment. And we do also do our one-to-one trainings around the Liverpool, Wirral and Knowsley area as well. So if anybody would like to book in for them, then just drop us a message and we will be more than happy to help.